The human body is an amazing thing. It has the ability to respond to your environment and adapt. So let me give you some examples and I'm going to take from my own personal experiences, but there are other examples out there. Okay, example number one. Many years ago, I used to work at a aquatic pet store in Milwaukee, which is quite famous. And I'm not very good with humidity and heat, and they always had it at around 78, I believe, degrees Fahrenheit, and the humidity was high because there were walls and just tons and tons of aquariums full of fish and other aquatic pets. So the first maybe 2 months or 3 months I worked there, I was always sweating unless I wasn't doing anything, which was not often. But I noticed that after that I started to adapt. I started to not sweat so much. And as time passed, and I was there for 2.5 years, my body became more and more comfortable in that environment, and it stopped being a problem for me. That's just one example. When I moved to Indonesia, which is kind of similar, a little bit hotter, and possibly even more humid, and I actually had problems with my skin. I got rashes that I had to medicate, but ultimately I stopped getting rashes, and once I stopped using air conditioning all the time, I adapted to the temperature and the humidity. Now, granted, when there are limits to what my body can do, so if I was out there in the sun with my hat on and gardening, I would still dehydrate and have to replenish what I had lost. And when I say rehydrate, I don't just mean drinking water. I had to drink stuff with electrolytes and stuff in it. Another example, okay? My current job, I am working at a warehouse. I pick snacks and drinks for orders, and I would say the first 3 months, I was constantly getting paper cuts from the cardboard. And yeah, I'm exaggerating when I say constantly, otherwise I would have been covered with them, right? But every day or two or three, it seemed like I got another paper cut. And so I was always walking around with bandages on my fingers. And I had scratches on my arms, also from dealing with all that cardboard. And then at 3 months in, it suddenly nearly stopped. Now, every once in a while, I will hurt myself somehow, usually on the backs of my fingers. I'll cut myself. But all those scratches I used to get on my hands I don't get them anymore. I mean, I've gotten in the last 4 months, I think I've gotten two. And on my arms, I've gotten far less than I used to. So my skin toughened itself because of the environmental pressure of being cut all the time. How my skin figured this out, I don't know. Did I manage to program my brain to tell my skin to do that? I'm happy that it did it. I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong here, but it's amazing. And take looking at it from a different perspective, from the perspective of astronauts. If you go into space, your body adapts to space. So you lose muscle mass, you lose bone density, and these are all changes that occur in you because you're in a no gravity situation. Excuse me. Ooh. Sorry. So our bodies are designed biologically, for whatever reason, to adapt themselves to the situation that you are in. And that means that you can survive, you can thrive in far different situations than you would expect. Will there be a period of adjustment that will probably be painful? Yeah, you want to move from the city to go live in a desert, there's going to be a period of adjustment there, and it's probably going to involve sunburn. And there are some things your body will probably never get used to. But there are many things that your body can adapt to. I mean, another thing that used to happen to me at the warehouse all the time is I used to break my knuckles. I used to break my nails. I used to crack them. I used to break them off and stuff all the time, to the point that my daughter felt so sorry for me. She used to put nail hardener on my fingernails. Well, the last time I had a cracked fingernail was probably like I would say 3 weeks ago. It took a lot longer for my fingernails to figure out that they needed to strengthen themselves, but they're apparently getting stronger because I'm damaging my fingernails less often. Does that mean I don't damage them? Oh yeah, I still damage them, but it's not as frequent. And so I think that, and I know there are people out there who suffer a lot with medical conditions, and I feel for you really. I wish there was something I could do to help you. Um, but I'm not talking about that kind of a situation. I'm talking about us being able to, without effort on our, conscious effort on our part, usually, to adapt to our environment. I think that's just fascinating. I think that's just amazing. What do you think? Thanks for sharing, and I hope you have a great day.